Into a school and I gave a talk once, and I remember talking to the children, and I always ask the children, what do you want to be? And you know, kids, they dream big, and one of the kids in the room said that they wanted to be a doctor. And I was like, great, like, you know, you can be a doctor, like, you really can do it. And she said, oh, no, my mum told me I couldn't be a doctor. And I was like, why? Why did she tell you, she couldn't be a doctor? She said, I don't really know. She just said maybe I should think about doing something else. And at that point, I thought to myself, I think I know what's happened here. Her mum doesn't believe her full potential, so didn't think that her child could reach something like that. And I just thought, wow, that's really sad, because it doesn't matter where you come from, we can all achieve great things. And it doesn't matter whether you get halfway up the ladder or all the way up the ladder. Just have a goal and work towards something and believe in yourself. And I believe in every single one of the young people in this room this evening. I've met some great young people. A lot of you have come up to the table, you've got manners, you're polite, and I can just feel that there's a good energy in this room this evening. And the reason that you're here is because you've been nominated, and some of you might win an award, but you're all winners as far as I'm concerned, just for turning up this evening, because this is really important. You know, when I was a kid, you might assume that just because I work on TV and I do the weather, I'm really smart. Actually, I'm not. I was one of those kids in school that was looking at the person next to me to see what the answer was. I was quite lucky that I had a best friend that was very, very smart. And not him. Where is it? Actually, do you know what? These are all this is my gang. Like, this is my gang. Where is he in the picture? I can't find him. Who was I copying off? You probably can't see him at the back, but you can see his teeth. See that guy? That was the guy that I was copying off when I was in school. But it made me think to myself that I do need to try hard in school, and I would encourage every single one of you to really try your best in school. School really is the foundation, and if you try hard, you can do it once, and you don't have to do it again. But sometimes in life, you may have to go back and do something if you don't succeed the first time. In fact, I didn't pass one of my GCSEs, so I made sure that I went back and I got it. And when I got it, I got a B. And it was in English. So I was really happy with myself. So that's why I always say to kids, it's really important to try as hard as you can the first time around, because it really does make it a lot easier. School, right, is such a small part of your life. And all the adults in the room know this as well. It's a very small part of your life. There's so much free time and fun that you can have once you've left school. Just concentrate on the here, concentrate on the now, and try as hard as you can to get your grades up, and just try your best. Don't let yourself down in life by not applying yourself. And the importance of friends along your journey is really, really, really important. These are all my best friends up here. As you can see, 99% of them are black. We come from a range of different families, okay? Some single parent families, some two parent families, but we're bonded by real love. We all look out for one another. It's very, very simple. If you surround yourself with good friends and good people, you will do good things. If you surround yourself with bad people, you're going to end up doing some bad things. These guys are the reason why I am stood before you this evening. My parents did a great job, but as you know, once you leave that house, it's down to you and your friends. So pick good friends that are going to encourage you. Sometimes, when we mess up, and I continue to mess up, and we all mess up, we're all human beings, right? Me and my friends, we've got something called tough love. You might mess up, You get a text message, breakfast, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Be there. And the person that's messed up has to turn up and face all the boys. And we sit down and we thrash it out and we discuss it and we make sure that that brother is back on track. Really, really important stuff. I would encourage all of the young girls and the young boys, I can see a lot of the young boys on the table here, really, really do think about the company that you're keeping. And also look after each other, show each other love. It is really, really important. And it doesn't matter whether you live with mum, dad, or you're with a carer. It's just important to have that one person in your life that has got your back. So mums, dads, carers, please just look after the kids, encourage them, and tell them that they can be anything that they want to be. It really is important. Make sure that they're doing their homework on time. Ask them about my day. Oh my gosh, my dad used to get on my nerves. So get into the car. So what did you do today? I don't know. Same as I did yesterday. What was that? And every single day, my dad would make us tell him every single thing that we had learned. When we were walking around the house, young people, who likes music? I love music. Old people, we all like music, right? Who sings songs around the house? Right. You know what my dad's favourite line was? I hope you know your schoolwork as well as you know them lyrics. You couldn't sing the songs too much. That's exactly what he used to say. I hope you know your schoolwork as well as you know them lyrics. Exactly. I thought to myself, gosh, why can't school just be lyrics? Because then you'd be good at everything, right? But unfortunately, that's not the case. So as much, so as great as it is to have fun, it really is important to have that balance as well. And also it's important for, you to be at home and enjoying home and try and make home a really great positive experience. And that's the responsibility of all of us. It's certainly the responsibility of your parents. I remember when I was young and we was just living literally on the edge of St. Paul's in a council house, right? And we was driving home through St. Paul's and there was a group of boys on the corner. I don't know if I can say, I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm going to say this word, okay? Because you're up late tonight, so it's all right. All right? So anyway, so we're in the car, and we see these boys hanging out, doing badness. And my dad says, you know what? If I ever catch you on that corner with those boys, I will bust your ass in front of every single one of them. And that put real fear into me. I feared my dad more than I feared those boys. So I made sure that I was never on the corner with those boys. Now parents, I'm very sorry if you were offended by the use of that one word. We won't be having any more words like that this evening, but it was just the force and the way that my dad delivered it that I really did believe, and I knew that he would follow through on his promise. Should I ever mess up? So it really is important as well to make sure you know when your kids are. I used to hate it. I mean, who's got early bedtime? Kids, what's your bedtimes? My bedtime was 7 p.m. Yes, yes. What time do you go to bed?
10 o'clock.
10.
9.
Okay, I had 9, maybe 8. My bedtime was 7 p.m. in the summer holidays. No joke. 7 p.m. in the summer holidays, it was blazing sunshine, the sun hadn't even set yet, the kids were running around, all you could hear is playtime, and we were in bed asking my mum and my dad, why are we in bed? Don't worry, go sleep. But it was only later that I realized that there's a real importance in routine. And routine was something that we needed to follow, because if me and my brother didn't have routine, we would have just been whatless and just doing anything that we wanted to do. So it really is important. When I was at school, as I said before, I wasn't the smartest kid, but I realized that I needed to work probably 5 times harder than some of the people that I went to school with. I went to 2 schools. The first school only lasted 2 years. I got into trouble. I didn't get expelled. My parents removed me before anything like that happened. So I got a fresh start in a school which was in the countryside, 2,000 pupils, 5 black kids. It was a massive culture shock to me, because I'd come from a very inner city black school, and I got moved out to this area. The bus journey was about an hour. That probably don't sound like long for you London kids, but in Bristol, that's far. And that was actually a fresh start for me, but I was way behind. I used to go home and beg to go back to the old school. I used to cry every single night, and my parents said to me, sometimes in life, Alex, you just have to stick with it, and you can't run away from everything, and you're not running back to that school. So I stuck at the school, and I couldn't believe it. I tell you, the day I opened my GCSEs and I passed most of them A to C, I could not believe it. And that was the day that I thought, I can do anything. Like I'm gonna go to college and do my A-levels. And then I did my A-levels, and then I went on to uni and did that. And I just thought to myself, I wanna work in TV. I always knew I wanted to work in TV. That was always like my thing, but my parents were always like, well, who works in TV? Like, we don't know anyone that works in TV. How are you gonna get to work in TV? And so my dad said to me, look, it's really important. Just do this. Go to uni, get your degree, and then you can do what you want. At least you've got something to fall back on. So that was my plan. And I was lucky enough to get a job. So when I started working at ITV, probably before some of you were born, I joined on the 4th of August, 2004. And I walked in there as an auto-cue operator. Anyone know what that is? So when the news is on, there's someone that rolls the button and the scripts run up in front of the camera, and that's what the news presenters, that's what they read. So that's how I started. I didn't have no experience whatsoever. Walked in there fresh. I remember on my first day, I got called a nincompoop. I don't even know what that is. It was this posh woman presenting the news, and my hand was shaking so much that the scripts went too fast, and she said, oh my gosh, there's another nincompoop on the water today. I was bad. I was like, when she comes out of the studio, watch. She came out of the studio, got up in a chair, and then something, must have been God, pulled me back and said, Alex, if you tell her a piece of your mind, you are never going to walk into this building ever again. And I thank God that I took that deep breath, because I was offended, I was mad. You called me what? So I kept my calm, went back to my desk, and I just sat back down. And I always think about that day all the time. I think to myself, had I reacted the way that old Alex wanted to react, I wouldn't be stood up here in front of you guys this evening. So it's really important to also think about your behavior, and also to think about, also to think before you speak. That really is important, because I've been quite lucky since I've been at ITV, and I've ended up working on Good Morning Britain with that man. I'm not going to say it anyway. But it's been a great experience. But do you know what? There's lots of positives, but one of the positives of working on Good Morning Britain is that because of that man, right, who says what he wants, right, I get to say what I want too. And when you guys, I don't know if you were watching that morning, and maybe you seen the clip that went viral when I had to butt in on the conversation about knife crime and building prisons.
Yeah.
It was because of the freedom that we get on that show that I knew I could speak up and not lose my job, because I had thousands of messages saying, "Thank you so much for speaking up, we really appreciate it. Hope you don't lose your job." And it was only afterwards I thought, oh gosh, have I done something wrong? And then I thought to myself, actually this is really bad. Like, it's just the state of things that we all feel that we have to put up and shut up and we can't speak the truth for fear of losing our jobs. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even give it a second thought. That morning, it was not planned. People say, did you know that you were going to say what you were going to say? And I said, if you watch the clip, can't you tell that I didn't know what I was going to say? I was just watching, and then something took me, and I just let it all out. From the heart. It was just pure passion. So yeah, that's kind of my journey so far. And there's a lot that I do behind the cameras. I do a lot of like this, like I like meeting young people especially, like that's my passion, is children and inspiring and encouraging and telling children that they can be anything that they want to be. So it's great to be here this evening. I am going to wrap it up because I've probably gone over, and I know that we already are over, but I'm really looking forward to handing out one of the awards tonight. As I said before, congratulations to the young people in the room. Whether you win, you're a runner-up, you got nominated, you're going to be great. Believe in yourself, dream big, don't put any barriers in your way. I'm talking about psychological barriers. Believe that you can do anything that you want to do. Leave here tonight with your shoulders back, your heads held high. And congratulations to all the parents and carers that are in the room tonight as well, because it's really great to see all of you here in this room on a Saturday evening, because remember, we don't have to be here, do we? We could be at home watching Love Island. Oh wait, hold on, it's not on a Saturday, is it? Sorry. But I do know that, and I have got a water bottle. In fact, I've got about 5. True story. But yeah, it's just great that we are all here this evening. It is really important, because I've been to some of these ceremonies, okay, where it really is important to recognise black achievement and black excellence. But I've been to ceremonies before where parents and children, they don't turn up. And that's really disappointing, because it's really important what's happening in this room. And I've had a great time. I've met some lovely people this evening, and there's a great energy in this room, and long may it continue. And congratulations to everybody. And let's start the awards, I think, yeah?
Thank you.